What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm here to bring you part 1 of my F1 2017 career mode series. But first of all, obviously I'm completely restarting this, so it's going to be completely rebranded. You know, I've got a different thumbnail, different team. It's going to be 25% races, full qualifying, and I'm not going to show you the practice qualifying or the invitational events. It's going to be the race and the upgrades, because it saves me time and it overall just makes me actually enjoy doing this a lot more than I did when I did the Ferrari career mode. And I've never really been a fan of starting with the top team straight away. I've always preferred the bringing up a team from lower down to a top team, and you know, I might even stay with Toro Rosso for season 2, but let's wait and see what happens. Basically, I have completely started over again and I'm looking forward to it, so I hope you enjoy the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm here to bring you part 1 of my F1 2017 career mode series. Starting with Toro Rosso, obviously you can see the strategy there. We are going to pit on around lap 7 from the ultra soft to the super soft, and I've added a bit extra fuel already, and let's get straight into the race. So Toro Rosso, we are lining up 10th on the grid. Daniel Ricciardo actually had a penalty because we did actually qualify limits, but now we have 5 red lights and it's lights out and away we go. We don't get the best start, and Ocon straight away is straight for the overtakes straight away, and we are dropping. We have dropped down to 11th. I brake early, and then that actually leads to some contact behind us, and we are now staying in 11th and defending from Felipe Massa from behind us. And it looks like it's 3 wide up ahead, and we lock up, go inside of Hulkenberg. That doesn't really work, and then it's yellow flags anyway, so we can even complete the move if we were planning to. Then it goes back to green flag racing, and it looks like Hulkenberg is quite a bit. He's weaving a bit there. I don't know what he's doing, thinking with the car. I lock up, and that actually ended up into an overtaking manoeuvre. It wasn't originally going to be an overtake, but it ended up being an overtaking manoeuvre anyway, and move up into 10th place, into points paying positions. And next up is Fernando Alonso in the McLaren Honda. You know, I mean, we've had a good start to the race in 10th, and now into the end of lap 1, you can see we're actually right behind Fernando Alonso, and he looks like he wants to get past Grosjean, and we got the inside into the penultimate corner, and he's still there, and now it puts us on the outside, coming on to the start finish straight. We go around the start finish straight, and we actually move up into 9th place with the help of the Renault power unit compared to the Honda power unit. And next up is, I believe, is Grosjean, and Hulkenberg has actually got past Alonso as well, as we now move up onto the end of lap 2. We make a slight mistake, and we are now looking to get past Roman Grosjean. And now it's yellow flags, and then I actually get on message that I actually got a message that it was danger, and that's a virtual safety car. So Bottas, that was that we overtook. So he's obviously had a problem, and the virtual safety car is released, and then we get a notification that Daniel Ricciardo is out of the race. So I'm not entirely sure what happened to Ricciardo or Bottas. I still to this day will never know what happened. But there was some sort of problem. And now onto lap 5. We have been right behind Grosjean for a very, very long time. We've been trying to find ways past, but you know, we haven't been able to keep up with the Renault power unit, or our Renault power unit hasn't been able to keep up with the Ferrari one, or they've always just been placing their car in the right place. And we now Grosjean pitted, so that released us with the DRS, and now we can work on getting our way up into basically in front of him. We're in 4th place right now, which is good. As we now go on to lap 7, the end of lap 7, we are now leading the race, and this is our pit stop lap. So I went up into the rich fuel mix for this lap to have a quick in lap, and you know, it's worked. But now we're gone down to lean because we're coming into the pits anyway, and I always want to get the best pit entry, which I'm not, because I'm not the best at that. But I was thinking at this point, did I engage pit limiter in time? And luckily, it turned out that I did. And we're coming down the pit lane there. You can see McLaren, and then we pull into our pit box, and on go these super soft tyres, release the clutch, and that was a 2.919 second pit stop. So 2.9 pit stop, pretty good, not too shabby from the team. And then I think I actually lose time there, 2 or 3 seconds I think, because I forgot to shove the pit limit in time, and that means that we don't get in front of Grosjean, but it also means we lose out to Nico Hulkenberg as well. And you know, if we hadn't, I think we would have easily been ahead of Hulkenberg, possibly ahead of Grosjean or closer, but that turned out not to be the case. And then coming to turn 3, we lock up in third gear, and Magnussen pretty much barges his way through, and then we barge our way back past Magnussen and up into 14th. Of course, not everyone has pitted, so the field still needs to shuffle out. But would we have gotten ahead of Hulkenberg? Would we have gotten ahead of Grosjean? I don't know. I will never know. But hopefully we can still finish the points. Maybe we can get ahead of Hulkenberg. I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see. So still 19 runners in the race. Daniel Ricciardo is still the only retirement, as now we are coming on to the end of lap 9, and now we get a notification that Lewis Hamilton is out of the race. So I'm not. He just had a terminal problem, but that is 3 top drivers that have had a problem today. Daniel Ricciardo had a problem which put him out of the race. Lewis Hamilton had a problem which put him out of the race, and then Valtteri Bottas had a problem which didn't put him out of the race. He's still in the race, but he still nevertheless had a problem which hindered his chances. So the only 2 that haven't are Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen. So I'm expecting Sebastian Vettel to make another mistake in turn 3. I'm expecting Sebastian Vettel to win the race and Max Verstappen to be in second place, and then the rest will be things like, I don't know, Force India, Williams, stuff like that. And on to lap 11 now. We are now up into P8, and speaking of Valtteri Bottas having a problem, he is now right behind us and he breezes past us down the straight. I didn't put up a fight because I thought he's in a far superior car. What's the point of trying to overtake it? What's the point of trying to stay ahead? But we do stay close here anyway, because he can sort of drag us along, and we brake, and he actually locks up, and that lets us take 8th place right straight back from him. So now the question is, can we hold him back for the next 3 laps to the end of the race? And you'll see my driving in a bit. My driving standards drop right around now because I was trying to find out where my teammate was. I was trying to find the team radio button, and there is Kimi Räikkönen. Actually, Kimi Räikkönen's now had a problem as well. So it's now 4 drivers that have had a problem, 4 top drivers, and Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen haven't. I actually missed out Kimi Räikkönen, but Verstappen and Vettel still haven't. So I'm expecting Vettel to win and Verstappen to be second. This is where my driving standards will drop, and I slowed down a lot because I was trying to find out where Sainz was, but I couldn't see it on there, so I'm going to have to connect the microphone in the future. But my driving standards really drop here, and I was probably trying to not a good time to do this because I'm in the role of racing Bottas as well. Of course, I'm not going to put up that much of a fight because it's in a far superior car, but my driving standards did drop a bit. And in the end, I found out what Sainz is around lap 14 anyway. And Bottas now goes up the inside, and I, for some reason, thought I'm going to try and put up a fight. I run off into the grass, and then I get an overtake on Bottas anyway. Which wasn't even intentional anyway, but Bottas is now ahead of us. We're now in 8th, and coming on the final few corners, we now have Fernando Alonso behind us, and now on to lap 15. We're still in 8th. Sainz is behind us. Bottas is 1 place ahead, and it was basically just trying to defend from Sainz, and I can't remember who else was behind him to finish in 8th place. Sebastian Vettel won the race like I was expecting. And just to say something, I chose the crash helmet which someone designed because it works well with the car, and my car number is car number 12. So now looking at the race results, you can see Sebastian Vettel won the race. Surprisingly, Sergio Perez finished in 2nd place with Force India. 2nd place for Sergio Perez. This is going to be a good season. When that happens, you can tell. Max Verstappen rounded out the podium. Roman Grosjean finished in 4th. Nico Hulkenberg in 5th. That's places where you wouldn't expect a Haas and a Renault to finish. Esteban Ocon finished in 6th ahead of Valtteri Bottas from Mercedes. Mercedes you wouldn't expect to finish there. Myself, I finished in 8th place ahead of my teammate Carlos Sainz in 9th, and rounding out the points is Julian Palmer. Alonso in 11th, just missing out the points. So it's going to be a good season when you see that all that. But now going down to the very bottom, you can see that 3 drivers, Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen, all had a problem. Hamilton and Ricciardo didn't finish, and Räikkönen finished right at the back, a lap down, and then of course Bottas did the best race either, finishing in 7th place, 1 place ahead of myself. So it's going to be a good season. Seeing results like this just gives me a lot of joy and makes me feel like it's going to be a great season, a great series. Driver standings obviously exactly the same as race results, but then going on to the constructor standings, Force India lead the way 1 point ahead of Ferrari, with Haas in 4th, Renault in 5th, Mercedes all the way down in 6th, tying on points with ourselves, Toro Rosso. Williams, McLaren and Sauber are still yet to score, but you know, when you see standings like that, that just thinks this can be a great season, a great series now, because it's completely different to anything I've ever seen. So I'm hoping that, you know, I think, you know, Force India and people like that benefited from people's problems. But now look at the resource points, we got 104 extra, which takes our total up to 1012. Now on the rivalry update, we were losing to Carlos Sainz, but now we are leading by 1 point. And you know, I'm at this point I'm wondering why Force India and Renault's why our reputation with Force India and Renault went down. I have no idea, but it did nevertheless. And career score, which I'm not really interested in. And then we got introduced to Jonathan and had to choose one of these to do. I just selected one, but I'm not going to include them in the video. I'm going to do the invitational events in my own time because they're not really that important. And now looking at the R&D tree, this is the thing. I had over 2,000 resource points to begin with. I decided to do a general wear update and a front downforce upgrade. And then I've still got now I've got over 1,000 to play with. I can't upgrade and do the rear downforce aerodynamic upgrade. I'm not really interested. I could, you know, I think I could do a chassis or powertrain, but I'm not going to do either of them because after durability, after I've done the general wear update, I'm going to work on all the gearbox upgrades because I've had this game for a long time and I have learned that gearbox is crucial. Once I've got the gearbox, all 4 gearbox upgrades done, that is when I'll start working on upgrading the performance more. But that is basically it. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big like, comment down below what you thought, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter at shadow/82. As always, there is a link to that down in the description. All the music used in this video is also down in the description, and I will see you next time.